Britain in the 1970s was a nation struggling to hold itself together. Fuel shortages, strikes, inflation, and an industry fighting for survival. But hidden inside that chaos were cars that deserved far more love than they ever received. Some were dismissed too quickly, some were ruined by bad timing, and some were simply too clever for their own good. Today on UKTORQUE, we are counting down 10 underrated British cars of the 1970s. Machines with real character, real engineering talent, and stories history almost forgot. Stay with us because number 1 may be the most overlooked British performance car of the entire decade. Number 10. Hillman Avenger. The Hillman Avenger looked ordinary, and that was exactly why most people underestimated it. Introduced in 1970 under Chrysler ownership, the Avenger arrived as a practical family saloon with simple styling and sensible pricing. But underneath sat a surprisingly balanced rear-wheel drive chassis that made the car far more enjoyable than buyers expected. The 1.3 and 1.5L engines were dependable, economical, and easy to maintain, while the Avenger GT delivered genuine driving fun for ordinary British motorists. What many people forget is that the Avenger became a successful rally car, winning stages and proving itself against far more glamorous competition. Most families saw basic transport. Enthusiasts discovered a car with honest handling and real personality. And somehow, that talent remained largely ignored. But the next car was even more ambitious. Number 9. Vauxhall Firenza HP. The Vauxhall Firenza HP looked like it had arrived from the future. Nicknamed the Droop Snoot because of its dramatic aerodynamic nose, the Firenza HP became one of the boldest British performance cars of the decade. Underneath sat a 2.3L engine producing around 131 brake horsepower, enough to push the car from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 9 seconds. That was serious speed for a British coupe in the early 1970s. Road testers praised the handling, grip, and stability at higher speeds, but buyers were confused. Many people simply did not expect something this radical from Vauxhall. Sales stayed low, production lasted barely 2 years, and fewer than 250 examples were built. Today, enthusiasts see the Firenza as one of the coolest forgotten British performance cars ever made. Back then, most people walked straight past it, and the next car became one of the most unfairly mocked vehicles in British motoring history. Number 8. Austin Allegro. Mention the Austin Allegro today and many people immediately start laughing. But the truth is far more complicated. Launched in 1973, the Allegro suffered from terrible public relations and endless jokes about British Leland. Yet beneath the awkward styling was a genuinely clever small car. It featured hydraulic suspension, giving it an unusually smooth and comfortable ride compared with many rivals. The Allegro was spacious, economical, and surprisingly refined for everyday driving. Sportier versions with twin carburetors were even reasonably entertaining on country roads. Yes, the Quartic steering wheel looked bizarre. Yes, build quality problems damaged its reputation. But the Allegro was not the disaster history turned it into. In many ways, it was simply unlucky enough to appear during British Leland's worst years. The next car deserved far more attention from sports car fans. Number 7. Jensen Healey. The Jensen Healey arrived in 1972 with serious ambition. Jensen wanted a modern British sports car capable of challenging rivals from Triumph and MG while appealing strongly to the American market. Power came from a Lotus-developed 2.0L twin-cam engine producing around 144 brake horsepower. On paper, it sounded perfect. The car was fast, balanced, and genuinely exciting to drive. But early reliability problems quickly damaged public confidence. Timing could not have been worse. The fuel crisis hit, export markets weakened, and Jensen itself entered financial trouble. What history often forgets is how good the Healey actually felt on the road. The steering was sharp, the chassis responsive, and later cars solved many of the original issues. Sadly, by the time improvements arrived, the damage to its reputation had already been done. Number 6. Austin Princess. The Austin Princess looked unlike almost anything else on British roads. Its wedge-shaped body, designed by Harris Mann, seemed futuristic and strange in equal measure. But beneath that unusual styling was a genuinely advanced family car. The Princess offered huge interior space, excellent comfort, and hydraulic suspension that delivered one of the smoothest rides of the decade. Engine choices ranged from 1.8 to 2.2L, giving buyers respectable performance alongside impressive practicality. On long journeys, the Princess felt calm, refined, and remarkably comfortable. The real problem was not the engineering. It was British Leland's inconsistent build quality and a marketplace already losing faith in the company. Today, many enthusiasts look back and realize the Princess was far more advanced than people gave it credit for, and the next car proved Britain could still build serious drivers' machines. Number 5. TVR 3000M. The TVR 3000M was raw, loud, lightweight, and absolutely unforgettable. Built in Blackpool, this fiberglass-bodied sports car used the Ford Essex 3.0L V6 engine producing around 138 brake horsepower. Performance was genuinely impressive. The 3000M could reach 60 miles per hour in under 8 seconds, but straight-line speed was only part of the story. The car's real magic came from its steering, balance, and direct mechanical feel. Driving a TVR felt intense in a way many mainstream sports cars simply could not match. There were no unnecessary luxuries, no compromises, just a machine focused entirely on driver involvement. Reliability could sometimes be questionable, but character was never in short supply. Enthusiasts who experienced the 3000M understood immediately why TVR developed such a loyal following. Number 4. Triumph TR7. The Triumph TR7 arrived with one of the most controversial designs of the 1970s. Its sharp wedge styling divided opinion instantly, and critics attacked it before many had even driven one. But beneath the headlines was a sports car with real potential. The 2.0L engine delivered smooth performance, while the chassis provided balanced and predictable handling. The biggest issue was manufacturing quality during British Leyland's chaotic factory years. Early examples suffered badly from inconsistent assembly standards, damaging the TR7's reputation almost overnight. Yet drivers who owned properly sorted examples often discovered an enjoyable, stylish sports car perfect for British B-roads. Later convertible versions improved the formula even further. History remembers the jokes. Owners remember the fun, and the next car may have been Britain's best executive machine of the decade. Number 3. Rover SD1 3500. When the Rover SD1 launched in 1976, it looked sensational. Inspired partly by Ferrari Daytona styling, the fastback shape gave Britain a genuinely modern executive car. Under the bonnet sat the legendary 3.5L Rover V8 producing around 155 brake horsepower. Performance was effortless, relaxed, and fast enough to challenge expensive German rivals. The interior felt spacious and sophisticated, while motorway cruising became one of the SD1's greatest strengths. It was a true gentleman's express. But once again, British Leyland's quality control problems hurt the car badly. Early examples suffered reliability issues and inconsistent assembly standards that overshadowed the brilliant design underneath. Later improved versions revealed what the SD1 could always have been, one of Britain's finest executive cars. Number 2. Triumph Dolomite Sprint. The Triumph Dolomite Sprint achieved something extraordinary. In 1973, Triumph introduced a production saloon featuring a 16-valve cylinder head, something incredibly advanced for the period. Its 2.0L engine produced around 127 brake horsepower, allowing the Sprint to hit 60 miles per hour in under 9 seconds. For a compact British saloon, those numbers were remarkable. But the Dolomite Sprint was not just quick. It was elegant, comfortable, and genuinely refined. The styling looked expensive without trying too hard, while the interior offered wood trim, supportive seats, and a proper sporting atmosphere. Many enthusiasts today see the Sprint as one of the greatest British saloons of the 1970s. Yet during its own era, it never received the widespread recognition it truly deserved. And number 1 remains one of Britain's greatest forgotten automotive achievements. Number 1. Reliant Scimitar GTE SE6. Most people hear the word Reliant and immediately think of tiny three-wheeled cars. That mistake caused many buyers to completely overlook the brilliant Scimitar GTE. The SE6 version arrived in the mid-1970s as a larger, more refined evolution of Reliant's groundbreaking sporting estate design. Beneath its elegant fiberglass body sat a Ford Essex 3.0L V6 engine delivering smooth, effortless power to the rear wheels. The Scimitar combined sports car performance with genuine practicality. For adults could travel comfortably with luggage in the back while the car still handled winding roads with impressive confidence. Princess and famously owned several Scimitars, and for good reason. The car was stylish, practical, quick, and completely different from anything else on British roads. Yet because it wore a Reliant badge, many buyers never took it seriously. Their loss became the enthusiast's reward. The 1970s were one of the hardest decades in British automotive history, but these cars proved something important. Even during crisis, Britain still produced creativity, innovation, and real engineering passion. Some of these machines were misunderstood, some were unlucky, and some simply arrived before the public was ready for them. But every car on this list deserved far more respect than history originally gave it. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to UKTORQUE for more forgotten British automotive stories. And tell us in the comments, which underrated 1970s British car deserves more love today.